Hello there. It's your boy, Tasty Cake. My, can you hear me? Shamalama Moo. Okay, there we go. That was yesterday. Today life goes on. So, and in the house, my moderator and friend, Kenzo of Kenzo's Creations. You can catch him on his YouTube channel. He did a show last night, Insomnia in the Toy Room. So I watched that a little bit earlier. Yeah, I'm getting insomnia. I just go through and same thing like here. What am I going to do here? It's Monday. I have to do something. It's just piling up. Need to start putting money in the bank. But then I compiled my list. Now my circle of friends. I still have a circle. It's on two hands. I count my circle of friends on two hands. Step back a bit here. There we go. Oh. Gruff. I'm McGruff the crime dog. And take a bite out of crime. I took down McGruff, didn't I? Yeah, he was up. McGruff was right there. Replace him with the Yeti. Where's? I had another McGruff somewhere. I had two McGruff crime dogs. It was back in the day. I remember it was at Orlando Fashion Square, and there was a table. And that's when they actually started doing like that community thing. Here's your community. And I had McGruff the crime dog. So I asked my uncle to get me McGruff the crime dog. He said he'll come back and get it. Never did. And so I ended up on eBay last year or so. I had two versions. One with brown trousers and one with blue trousers. I was going to switch them out, but then the whole situation with the Yeti. Yeah, I still haven't done those videos yet. I just haven't been in the right peace of mind to do anything. Hopefully it'll change for the better. Peace of mind. Everything will be all right and dandy and everything good. But no matter what, if anything comes about, there's nothing, it's done to go on. Life goes on. Like when I said, the psychic told me something I really didn't want to hear, but I'm going to get back with the ex thing. Right now, I don't see that. And said, I'll be moving back to Florida. I don't see that either. I say I live a long life. It's like, well, lifeline does change a bit, It's like it doesn't go down nice and smooth. There's like a crack there. And this one keeps going down, and within the folds is like, okay, it's getting deeper. And it's just not connected. But there's like a line goes kind of waiting and runk. It's like there's some hesitation here. Maybe I'm sick for a little bit, and then it's just like, towards the end, 200 years later. I lived to be over 100 years old, and then he's like, why bother? Oh, bother. Oh, bother. So, or maybe it takes that long to sell everything. I don't know. To put the money in the bank, got to do it. I tried the manifestation thing, so I feel a little lightheaded. I let myself dwindle in health a bit, just to, build myself back up. Like I said, I'm manifesting to the universe. Anything I've done wrong in the past, fix it. Because based on quantum theory, you can do that. And I'm asking the universe, I'm asking God, I'm going towards the Reverend more than I am Amagon. Spirits, archangels, all that stuff. I need help. Because I'm tired of all these lousy people today alone, before I got to the list I wrote yesterday, we're busy because it was gloomy outside, nasty gloomy. And get people, are you open? It's like, yeah, lights on, conveyor belts running, duh. Woman has stuff. I say, that's not my stuff. It's like she came in with someone else and took stuff out. I said, what? Like guy didn't say a damn word, Then he put the damn stick down. And then he was short. I was short money. It's like, well, just delete everything. It's like, well, just delete. I don't want to pay for this thing. Well, you bought 5 plates, 5 packs of plates. You can take 1 plate out. Here's your change. Just the lack of common sense, lack of common decency. People just raw and horrible. I can't wait for the next plague to happen. Because the first one was a trial. I mean, the things I say on here, I don't say on. Mark, it's going to Queens, New York. Don't let Gadget take it. Yeah, oh yes, I won't get to that too. Yeah. I mean, things I will not say on Spill the Geek TV because I don't want it done that way. Here's another story. Here I will, I don't break the rules. I bend them. I created the rules here. Things were going the way they were. Then all of a sudden we got a virus. And there's a cure. There's a vaccine already been made. Of course, because it's made in a freaking lab. It was not by eating bats. I mean, the scaredy, people being scared because the bird flu, because the cow flu, saying, well, it had to come from eating bats. Like, there's no bat flu ever. Ozzy never got, no, that's an old joke. Ozzy never bit the head off a bat. He bit the head off a dove. Never bit the head off a bat. Only in Little Nicky. I love that movie. You can do it, Nicky. You can do it. But the vaccine was already created, and then they're saying the vaccine, well, it did affect people. Didn't affect me. They said it did some reprogramming. Well, if it made me a little smarter, then I feel it too. I would have liked to take it years ago. But you don't have something that's created and there's a virus created and there's a symptoms, injections. Ow, my back hurts. I'm pulling a Kenny. My back hurts. Have a solution. Can't think of words. Okay, maybe it's not right. We already seen how many earthquakes had happened in California a couple days ago. People make prophecies happen. The asteroid, if it tears down the city, it tears down the city. But the way people are and the way they act, I mean, oh my God, how horrible. Okay, I'm going to jump to Mark first. Popeye's chicken is a shizness, not in the UK. Hello. We have commercials for Popeyes, but there are no Popeyes around. When I went down to Orlando, the one I knew forever and a day, back when they used the characters Popeye, Olive Oil, Bluto Brutus, Wimpy. We used to have Wimpy. Wimpy's was a chain for submarine sandwiches. I love that. That was great sandwiches, but something happened. Sobix went away as well. Now we got Subway, which overcharges, and with the fake tuna crap. Something's got to give. There are too many people on this planet. I mean, when I was in the universe, if I had to go back and change things, would it erase me doing this? I don't know, just at least erase certain things now. If I didn't or endure, not collecting so much other things, because now that I have it, I still got to get rid of them. I still got to sell them off. I mean, the Vintage Masters universe. I mean, Mikey from Eternian Royalty, but then it's competition with Alice and Troy. Okay, guys. You guys. Stuff has to be gone. Stuff has to be sold. I made room here. I showed off the Cybermen, which I sent a file from the Cybermaster headdress. I sent to Kenny and I sent to Corey. See which one comes with the mail fast. See which one comes with the mail intact. I wait for Mark, and the rivers turn blood red in South America, Antarctica, and the moon resting. I don't think the moon is a spider egg. That episode still freaked me out. Some people still say, "Oh, the moon landing was fake." You know, why haven't we returned to the moon? Why aren't the cameras taking pictures of the moon landing? I mean, it's believable in all that we've gone through, but show some proof, people. We've seen Mars. Go back to the moon, set up the moon base, like get things done. Still got to go through this stuff here. I mean, I'm supposed to throw away that Orlando Weekly, and I'm supposed to go through the Kudzu weeklies. I'm supposed to have written my notes down. I'm supposed to take all the pictures from the tablet and a camera of 3 years now to put it on Facebook. I just don't want Facebook to have it. I don't know. So I'm going to take the picture of January display. Then I make the picture of February display. So I'm just trying to wrap my mind around everything. I'm supposed to be doing commercials. Grego of Timescales and Spill the Geek Tea want to do some commercials. I said, I was like trying to do it yesterday, but I just was not in the right mindset. Today, I wrote down a script, texted him, and there'll be a one-on-one commercial. It'll be me doing my introduction, either introducing myself, then the show, then co-host, and the co-host can say what they like. And then I lead at the end, nice little ending. Or flip it of, here's a show, here's me, here's a co-host, talk about something. So we'll make two versions of this script I made. And just put it out there. But so it has to be one-on-one. So Greg and I, Mark and I, Kenny, just do little commercials, because it's about, I say, what does I say? For example, I say, hello, I am the Reverend Amagon, a.k.a. Tasty Cake, and this is Spill the Geek Tea. I am host and creator of this sister show to the Legend of Traveling TARDIS. I am host of this spin-off from the Traveling TARDIS, Legend of Traveling TARDIS. With me as my co-host, conversation. You can find us at our respected channels. And most of the time here on Spill the Geek Tea, Wave, So a little thing like that. We just talk about, Greg will talk about how the show was created, stuff like that, which brings back to the amazement I found out. I was messaging Kenzo's Creations at the time, and it kept changing over and over again. And then but it's locked right now. I have 1,120 subscribers on this channel alone, and up to 846 subscribers on Spill the Geek Tea. Wow! I mean, I was saying it was at 1,110. I was hoping for that one more to have that angel number 1111, and it jumped to 1120. For Spill the Geek Tea, when I added people, and then it stopped at 37, now to go 846. When my numbers jumped to 900 and something, then 1,120. Whoa! It's just amazing. It's everyone that's mentioned the show. It's like, thank you. Because I know when I'm if I'm in chat with Kenzo's Creations or chat for Radical Toys and Eldor or Toy Mama, always post the links. So that brings them about. That's more recent. And timescales, he posts something on Facebook, or not Facebook, on X, and then you get the one person, and that one person posted, because the other week it was there were only 2 people that reposted his link, but one of them was an author who was just on his show, and just all of a sudden here I had all those people, but Facebook. I changed the timeline. Again. Hopefully for better. Yeah, YouTube didn't recognize it. It just kind of shocked me. It was a weird, wild thing. I guess to have the viewership, the views that'll bring about the monetary, because now that I'm over 1,000, and I have not received note from YouTube yet, because I thought over 1,000 subscribers, I would have the option of doing an interview or have someone brought one person on this show. So we'll see. And let's see. So Mark has sent me something. Don't know yet. I have I'm not gonna spoil it, but we had something at work, and it was unique enough. So you got a few things. One of them is a multiple of the one, and the other ones are kind of like, well, that's interesting, that's interesting, that's interesting. And so I got to get a nice box, because they're not going to fit into an envelope. Or, I mean, it's not going to fit into a padded envelope, because it'll just spill everywhere. And it's not tea. Popeye's Chicken, yeah. When I went down back home, the one on Lee Road in 1792, also known as Mills Avenue. Well, Mills Avenue was where I was. I was on Mills in Nebraska. Then Mills goes into Winter Park and becomes 1792. State Road 1792. Yeah. And it was always on the corner. Big old Popeyes. I remember one day my mom got the wrong thing. She ordered dirty rice, and my dad wanted red beans and rice. Now they don't have dirty rice. He once had red beans and rice. But the Popeyes going towards the airport, towards Christian, that's still there. So is the Denny's. That Denny's had Eggs Benedict, where I had my first time eating that there years ago. No other Denny's had it, because they do change it. Every Denny's has a different menu. As I said, there was an Eggs Benedict at a little restaurant in Cocoa Beach. They tore that down. Now it's a parking lot. It looks like you parked 3 cars there now. It was just wild. And then the IHOP, International House of Pancakes, closest to me in Orlando, that's where they had the bacon avocado burger and Eggs Benedict. But I needed that Eggs Benedict. Oh, did I need that Eggs Benedict? But when I went to eat with Christian, they didn't have it. There's something else I would like to have eaten, but that was enough for me. I had cream cheese. Not cream cheese. Was it cream cheese? Cream cheese. I can't remember what I told her. I can't remember what I had. Pancake. I had a big old Belgian waffle. Cheesecake. Had a glob of cheesecake in there. I had to spread it across. Cheesecake. Let's see. The pizza episode that we filmed last Sunday is coming out on Monday. This episode, which I want to record tomorrow, would fill in for the next Monday, which would be the last Monday of February. And then we begin, then the first episode of March would be the Kit Kat episode, which I'm still pondering. Still pondering that. Because if I still don't know what to do. Okay, 3,000. 3,000 watch hours. I don't even know. I now have 6 viewers. I had 7 out of 6. People get bored with me. Sorry. I'm sorry I bored you peoples. I'm not going to look because it'll fragment the screen. 3,000 views. Okay, so now I made the 1,120 subscribers. So you'd have 3,000 views to get them. Oh, monetary. Okay, monetary is 3,000. To have, I wait for YouTube to tell me, okay, now you have so many people, so many subscribers. You can have that bring in one person to talk with. So, I mean, yes, that's what we have. I got 2 studios, for goodness sakes, for Spill the Geek Tea. But with the other studio, I keep saying, is there enough room? Is there enough storage? Because I was bugging about that. It was, $10 more. $5 or $10. I lost track. $5 or $10 more, you could have 100 hours of storage. And right now I know that Dave. Oh, we talked about this. We talked about this on the Facebook chat. Dave is in New Orleans, so technically we could do a Fat Tuesday episode. No, when the time comes, he'll be in New Orleans, so we could do a Mardi Gras Fat Tuesday episode on Sunday, recording, showing on Monday. That means I can move the Kit Kat episode for any recording tomorrow night. I was running back and forth. We have a returning guest. I'm sure she was available. Not Katie. Katie is in Chicago. I saw her videos. She, her bachelorette party with a big giant Oreo cake, which is funny because I sold one today. It was like $19. Oreo ice cream cake, the big Oreo in the middle. And a look on her face like, we all wish her the best. She's happy. But our other guest, which she has not made her appearance on anything, I believe. Because possibly she will come back, and another guest who was in the social, what did I make that video of? Society versus social media, which I know Kenny backed out. He's like, nope, we don't want to do that. Society versus social media, part 2. And I would also bring in an author to discuss everything there, because it's about, the way things are. And a lot about bullying, being bullied, being bullied being bullied on and off screen. The way society treats people and the way social media treats people. I mean, I know names. Yeah. I didn't open them yet. They're underneath. They're underneath the bag, which I have right there. That one? No, it's under there. It's underneath these things here. Underneath this, the pamphlets from Disney, and a box, which is for this, supposed to be this stand, which didn't work. We think I only paid $2 for it. Now it's just the camera just sits there, just sits on top of it. I have a clamp one, so I can. But now I think so. $2 it was just $2. I mean, this was $2. And I was like, it lights up. It's not even plugged in. It did not like being plugged in. White light. Did not like being plugged into the adapter, USB adapter. Plugged into the computer, lit up all night. It's unplugged, it lit up. It emitted a green light and emitted a red light too when it was plugged into the computer. Very odd. So I have it unplugged and it still lights up. It just needed a charge. I also have the stand with the clamp on it for the smartphone. But the bag of goodies, which is the same type, just different flavors. Half of it is the same flavor because, Mark knows what it is, knows what the flavor it is, but doesn't know what it is. So it's like, okay. You will have 12 nights of flavors. There's like 4 flavors altogether. The guy's like, well, maybe you like that one. Maybe you like that one. I was just trying to like pick very fast thing because I like that one. I mean, I'm not gonna eat it. I was getting it for myself. No, I'm gonna give everything to Mark. So then there's the container of the Kit Kats, which I got to do. I got to do more cleaning up. Then I'll get to the Japanese Kit Kats. Pizza party. So I just I bored someone enough, dropped down to 2 more left. Wow. Shameful. My babbling. I wonder if I'm still subscribed. Are you still subscribed? I got too many things on my screen. Switch account 1,120. The backup page 14. Spill the Geek Tea 846. Wow. Yeah, I reached past my goal. I mean, 1,120. I don't know what to put on the plaque now. It's like 1,000. I already passed 1,000. I'd added 120 out of that. It's like whatever the saying is, like over 100,000. 100,000. I'm thinking way ahead. Over 1K subscribers. So it kind of like sits there like I don't think I'm going to get another 900 anytime soon. I mean, I did. No, I didn't. I got another 600 some. So next year, 2000, you put like a label maker over this, like over 2K subscribers. Be funny. Just a little label on top of it every single time. And then I'll put it there. But Tasty Cake and Spill the Geek Tea. I did say I was pondering what banner I was going to use for when I hit MegaCon next year. Based on we have next year. Based on, well, I'm still going to plan for it. It's during my birthday week. I'll go to Magic Kingdom on Thursday. I'll spend the day quietly at home in Orlando on my birthday. But then Saturday and Sunday, I'll join Christian and Dave and Faith and Jessica. I think Gretchen, yeah, that's the new girl. If she pops in. Unless I'm going to wait in line to see Jody. Because Jody promised she's going to be at MegaCon next year. So that makes 2 of us. 2 of us will be at MegaCon. I have stopped eating a lot because I'm just, the stress has kind of like torn me apart a bit. And the psychic said, don't stress so much, but now I was like, well, whatever comes to be will be. And thought it was Kenny sending me a message for a second. No. Whatever comes to be will be. Nothing can change. But how can I put this? With a newer generation, and the same attitude as the old generation. If something ever came about, I'm sure I can get help. I just don't want it to be that way. It's just, yes, innuendos. You know me with innuendos. And going towards Amagon instead of the Reverend. But, again, I'm trying to have a clear head, clear thoughts, prayers, manifestations, wishes, all that good stuff. I think I got to go through the whole list again because I said I can count my circle on 10 fingers, but parents are already in a circle. My brother and his wife count as one. So let me think here. The inner circle. Yeah. Let me do a tap thing. So, yeah. Hey. What? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Huh, I thought I had 10. Maybe I don't. Well, obviously my moderators are in the inner circle. So, the inner circle. I thought I had others. I thought I had 10. Oh, never mind. Oh, well. Well, the U.S. flavored Kit Kats, when we did the episode, which we'll put out on March 3rd of March, there aren't really any new Kit Kats. I mean, the ghost thing was the cinnamon thing, and then I pulled out. Oh, it's on a stupid paper. Okay. Yeah, I got the Kit Kat Gold. That's the Kit Kat Halloween Ghost, which the other one was cinnamon, but this looks more like apple pie. And of course, it says sugar, lactose, palm oil, apple powder. I was right. So I do have an extra ghost one, which I did save. The pink lemonade. I had 2 pink lemonades and 2 ghost ones, so I can do the combo here for ghost. Well, I was going to do 2 videos anyway. So I was going to do video. I'm going to do the video one here for the pink lemonade and the cinnamon thing, and then I'll do a video on this, and I'll do a combination saying, well, I still have one of these other ones, so let me try it. And then the sweets, which also Greg did. So I got these at Orlando. It's a little bit less in the import charge. So it was only $6.50 instead of $7. Korean market. Also compared U.S. and Indian chocolate. Yeah, that'll be. You're right. I never bought a bag of. Well, there's a gold one. Gold. I'm sure there is a just plain chocolate Kit Kat in the baggie. That means I have to go buy a regular Kit Kat too. So see, I still got a lot of snacks in that tin. I got snacks in that tin that'll last. And if I don't go crazy and do a video with four snacks in one day like I did the last time, but it took too long to upload. It took long to upload onto YouTube. Sometimes it takes half an hour. There were times it took an hour and a half. Like, no, I'll come back the next day. The signal strength is just that poor. So if I do a video, I'll do some on Monday. Just now my head's a little bit clearer now. Give me. I can still get Pibb Extra. I mean, I sent to Kenny. I love Mr. Pibb. It's a Coke product, and it was a competition with RC Cola. But when Dr. Pepper came along, which is another company, Dr. Pepper is another company with A&W and 7-Up. But with the contracts, Dr. Pepper is trying to get it out there. So go away, Mr. Pibb. We got Dr. Pepper now. So Pibb was not against RC Cola. RC Cola is his own thing as well. RC Cola is one company. A&W, Dr. Pepper, 7-Up is another company. Pepsi Cola, Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola has Mr. Pibb. When Mr. Pibb came out, had more prune taste. Those are made so unique. Then Dr. Pepper said, well, we're going to advance ours to 23 different flavors. You can't taste them. That's why Mr. Pibb kind of like, very hard to find. I was able to find it at Kroger, then it went away. I found it at a place called Bargain Hunt still. And certain restaurants and Publix, you can go Fountain. My assistant manager got me this because it went further north. So further north, you can get Mr. Pibb Extra because it seems like the contract with Coca-Cola goes to Pepsi, definitely in Tennessee. But in Florida, you have Florida and Middle to South Georgia is Dr. Pepper contract. It took us forever to get Bark Root Beer. It's so strange. Pedro. Yes, thank you. I was Pedro. The last guest we had, you haven't met her yet. Mark and I did. I knew of her through Facebook, so I friended her already. She got a new job, so it's most likely she will appear too. And the author, David Howard. So it'll be discussing. I wanted to get that part 2 done. I want to get the part 2 of society versus social media done. So that would bring us you, me, Mark, Greg, Eliza, and David. So 6 of us. Nice little thing there. And it's something I wanted to keep in the vault, in the library, because, like I said, I don't know what's going to happen. Things pop up anytime. If for some reason can't do a live show, because Dave Chapman, the rathole.ca, has access to the other studio. So I told him, he'll be showrunner on that one. So if anything that I won't talk about, because I just don't have any now figure out that math. What's with that math? I missed up on math today. I had to buy another packet, so I don't know, like 99 cents. Anything I just won't don't have a greater background towards. We can talk about. You're famous. Author David Howard, he was going to be on last week's recording with Greg, Mark, and I, and Eliza, but he had and Katie was on. Katie was on for a short time, but she left after a bit. Understandable. But David Howard believed to be famous, and of course Mark. I'm famous in my own right. 1,120 subscribers now. And Greg, we all know about, well, some of us know about Greg. Wow. My trolls are those that go in the store and oh yeah, that was it. Where's my note? I had a note. Also, a note of God. Say that repeatedly. Reading glasses. I bought a pair of reading glasses for my mom. 3.50. She went from 2.75 to 3.25, which is only available at Dollar Tree. They don't have 3.0. So she's trying to get used to this stronger strength, would probably absurd her eyes. I don't know. But, it's what's available. My store had a 3.0 and 3.50. So besides the lousy weather today, and these people just think they can do anything they want, and these baggers, which were just little kids and screaming and asking, begging for money, it's like, oh, really? Was it Thursday? Shopping in the rain. Then we had those that cut the grass using their leaf blowers to blow all the wet leaves off of the parking lot, which are sticking everywhere, and the smell of gasoline, petrol, from the leaf blowers in the store. That was really necessary. Cars, trucks, delivery trucks, driving handicapped parking spots, because you have a spot, but it's just a blue line. So they're just weaving between them. Had one guy, instead of parking normally, just taking two spots, he parked, instead of parking straight forward, he parked sideways. So he took up 4 parking spots that way, horizontally. 2 people parked behind him, 1 parked in front of him. That was hilarious. We were watching, saying, how's this guy going to get through? People behind already left. And then this guy, I turned my head, he's like swerving back and forth. He made it through. You can't do anything about it. People that parked in the fire lane, you can't do anything about it. They're allowed to do it. They're allowed to get things. That's the problem. That's what ticks me off no end. And today, a woman, large woman, I was told by one person, by the lead cashier, look for a woman with white hair. Something, an old woman is stealing ribs? No. It was a large black woman wearing wigs. She was stealing ribs. So I was misinformed. But the others knew what they're doing, and I'm like, I called up the big guns because I thought, stop her before she gets into park light, and that was too late. She wore a different wig this time. But the assistant manager saw it, and the lead cashier tried to stop her. She goes, don't touch me. She got in her car, screamed profanities when these little kids are out there trying to get money. Like, woman, you were stealing food, for God's sake. And she just zoomed off. Got a license plate number, so the cops will deal with that one. Parking handicap spots, parking in the fire lane, they don't care. Food stamps, I didn't have to deal with it, but there's like 2 large women, didn't need the card, they just, ride the electric carts. Half a buggy was still full of food. Didn't have the money for it. Like, how much I got on it? Like, you can call and find out yourself. You're the one that gets free money. They say do it all the time, so I didn't have to deal with it. Oh, and here's one. The mailman that can't read the signs. Like, where's this looking? My boss said there's only 15 aisles. And there's signs specifically saying what's what. The idiot brings in a propane tank into the store. I call up and say, mailman brought in the propane tank. And they went, Tch. I mean, is this guy huffing or something? This is why mail gets lost. I was talking about I was getting the Manny faces, or the other Manny faces behind the elephant, the comic book one. The the face they used was not the robot face, but a transition face. So I have him on a transition face, silver, and the hands like, that's me going, and the other one from the animated one, the larger one, it looked like an old man. I switched to the monster face because that Manny faces represents my late director, Paul Wakeman. He believed in me and I screwed up. So no, if I listened to him, if I could have listened to him, I would have, but things were just not the way it's supposed to be. So he's there. The other me is back there with the, hey, you don't know what you go to, man or monster, man or monster. Ah. But the Masterverse loose one I ordered supposedly hit Orlando before I got there. And I'm going through all this stuff. I didn't see him. So I'm thinking Porch Pirate. Some a-hole Porch Pirate took my Masterverse Manny faces, which I did get another one through eBay at a cheaper price and sending to the P.O. box. I just wanted to get there so it would have my mistake. Or either my mistake of not sending it here and having it wait in the mail. I think that was it. I was going to go there and have it. That's what I'm guessing. Or they wouldn't have sent to UPS store. I think I was supposed to get it. That's why I was digging through all that stuff and sent a picture to Kenny. He's like, what am I going to bring back? This one will bring back. Porch Pirate. So nothing I can do about that one. Yes, we are not sheep unless you believe the Lord is your shepherd. And that's the thing, right? For those that are religious, the Lord is my shepherd. Lay with the sheep. I'm more the black sheep, but I'm trying my best to not. I'm trying my damnedest to get away from the dark side of the Reverend Amagon, because I talked about what makes more sense to me now than it did before, because I spoke to a shrink years ago and she thought I was faking it. Like, this is what I believe and you're saying I'm faking it? This is what my free session cost me? But I took psychology. I understand it. You have the id, the ego, and the superego. So if the superego is tasty cake, all wild and rambunctious and out of control most of the time, unless someone says something I can't turn off, gets me in trouble. The ego is the Reverend Amagon, but I also use yin and yang. Reverend Amagon. The balance of both. Sometimes it leans this way, sometimes it leans that way. So I'm just trying to lean it more towards, Shaolin priest said, you must have a Buddhist heart. No, he said, demon hands, Buddha heart. You have a Buddha hands, Buddha heart. You're too good. It's not gonna people take advantage of you. You have demon hands, demon heart, and you go wild and rampage. So you had to have that balance. Demon hands, Buddha heart. So I'm honestly trying to get there. Know that balance. Reverend Amagon. Not like a Reverend Trask or something trying to kill all the witches. Witches can do what they want to. I mean, Mark and I know a witch. Wiccan. It's true. And the id is, me. The one who gone through so much emotional turmoil over time, still does, because I let the superego just run out of control. And they always say, no one's going to help you. No one's going to save you. You're in this yourself. And when I had a conversation, I thought, well, I completely forgot what was told to me. I was like, well, maybe say something should occur. Well, there's always others. I just want to have my back protected. I just changed the timeline again. So we'll see. I may, if, again, I pray nothing changes for anything bad occurs. But, there may be a way. So, keep my hands clean, but I always have backup. Let's see here. Let's see. Down to 5 again. Okay. People get bored of me. So let's see. People. That's. There's a term. Well, for me particular, let me be the villain in their story. Nothing I can do about it. People talk behind your back, and that's where you should stay. What people talk about you is none of your business. I'm trying my best to philosophize. Philosophize. Is that like a truth and a lie? Philosophize? Philosophy? No. Philosophy is a doggone cereal box religion, like a smile on a dog. I'm trying to. It's a hard thing to do. You hear people say things and just the turmoil, the anguish, the pain. It only just tears you up and makes you worse. I mean, I let myself go because when I got to Florida, I weighed myself on a public supermarket scale, because they still have in Florida. What the hell happened to me? Well, I also carry a lot of things on me. The wallet, the knife, nice knife, comb. So that turned out to be a lot, because when I weighed myself at home, I was like, oh, thank God. Not as bad as I thought. And since I haven't touched the snacks in a bit, I just let the anguish and turmoil just tear me apart, tear me asunder. So I feel a lot of pain right now. Trying to, as a psychic said, don't stress so much. Like, well, if I'm stressing out, that means I'm eating less, and I'm just cleansing out. Of course, someone said in the video, do not go to the bathroom like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, because that's your liver telling you something, and that's not good. Like, wow. 3 o'clock in the morning, that's when the spirits come out and you see demons. I don't know. I try to go back to sleep. I don't care. Times it don't leave me alone. I'm trying to sleep. I need 2 more hours. I got to get up to 5:20 in the morning. Prepare myself to get to work, especially tomorrow. Monday, I'll sleep like Monday. Based on what we're gonna do Sunday night, I'll sleep maybe 10 hours. I'll sleep till 10 o'clock, and then say, okay, really? Okay, time to eat? Okay, we're gonna eat something. Then I got to go into the other room. I really need to go into the other room. I got to go through things, even just to organize it all. Like, I still have Masters of the Universe and Masters of WWE and all these things in these big round plastic bins which had lollipops in. I thought it was neat. Got a lid on them because it's sealed, and I won't have to put them in a box to lose pieces. They don't sit well. These kind of like dum, 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 dum. So I go through other rooms, or throw away the boxes, go through things, and maybe I can find that one thing I got sent a kitty. So I'll have it sometime this year. So it'll be one big chunk out of the room. And if anyone's interested in the Mondo He-Man, he has to go too. I just, if I had the ability, I would have really gotten both Skeletors, Panther, possibly Evelyn, definitely Tila, but I stopped at He-Man, Battle Cat, and She-Ra. So I'm holding on to She-Ra in the box. That's for a while. I got the replacement head somewhere too, so I can put them together. So if someone with She-Ra, like, it's got to go. It's sitting in the other room somewhere underneath boxes. I'm not going to display them. I bought She-Ra from Super 7 because I liked her version. I liked their version than the Origins version. And I got the Origin, then the vintage She-Ra. And then we got the Origins version, which is based on the Origins based on the vintage, and I still don't like it. So I like the animated version. I like the animated version of that better than that version. Well, things really got to change. I mean, I was going to put, you can see his hands. Man-Face is going, I was going to put him there, but I still got to clean off this. And where I'm going to put Vader, Lego Vader, because I already got the custom Skeletor base, which I think is too small for the Origins, because it looks like me just sitting down. It's like not, but he's like leaning back. His butt is not on the chair, so the chair's not scale either. And I got the painted 6-inch scale droids version of 3PO up there because I put myself over there. I'm gonna move the Pac-Man weird stuff there. But I know the awards will go there. The YouTube awards will go there, and I just flip them around or something. I really want to put the picture of Jody and I there, because the picture of us there, I still got to make Pedro. I got your picture from X, so I can put a little animated one there. I need to get one of Eliza. She is animated. But does she have an animated picture, or Gadget made that with a mark. Made his picture animation style. So I got to put picture of Eliza, picture of David Howard. Just say who's been on the show for 2020. Who's been on the show in 2025, and then figure out the poster there. Do I go horizontal there? Maybe I will put the horizontal picture there, but then I had to remove the orange birds and yellow birds and Rogue, and it's too much. Right now it's just who's going to be on the show next. It's going to be put up there. And I still got to put up the picture from the Guardians of Gallifrey that the Good X made for me to represent, so I can bring Arthur back one day too. Yes. Be the Lion King. Yeah, that's the thing. Is being like David Banner. The reason I used to call him David Banner on the TV show is because NBC thought Bruce sounded gay. But you see on his tombstone headstone, it said David Bruce Banner. Of course, now the Hulk is like, it's saying Hulk doesn't even, Bruce's skin doesn't even change green. It's the Hulk is on the inside and tearing apart Bruce's skin, which happened in one issue, and now they're bringing it back. The same thing, like, okay, it's the same person, you're just changing, not underneath Eliza and just ripping the skin off of your other self, because that would mean when the Hulk turns back to Bruce, his skin is lying all over the place. Comic book people, writers, and comic book writers are just getting more and more beating a dead dog. That's why I stopped. That's why if we ever do an episode, which I just leave it for X's for show. They're the comic book guys. But if Dave wants to do a show, or if anyone wants to do a show about comic books, I mean, we could either do in my studio with the time scales, StreamYard. We can do it on comic books. I only go back so far. I can say when I started the comic books, it was Transformers. I went for the back issues, and I went for back issues for other comics, and I have like so many now. And then I just stopped. There was a comic book place, I think American Comics. I don't know. Does that mail order comics and get the catalogs? Oh, X-Men #1 came out. And it's like I'm going to comic book stores, and X-Men #1 is coming out with 4 different covers, and then you had the gold cover. But when I was in California back in '91, I went to a comic book store and say, "Oh, I got these back issues, which lead up to the certain point of X-Men #1, and then got some more back issues and more back issues. I got the back issue of X-Force 98, 99, 100, and then not X-Force, New Mutants 98, 99, 100, and then X-Force #1. So I got big into that thing. But then you look at them now, it's like they're doing this, they're doing that. And when I did watch Texas for Show, like it just and then look at the toys. I like the way it looks. Like I'm looking for Power Girl. It means beautiful. I always loved Power Girl. She sold out. I didn't know she was available for sale, so I missed that one out. Dude did a review and said he saw it at Walmart, which 2 or 3 weeks now. I'd gone to Orlando, nothing was available, but I have not been to the one near me for a bit. I was gonna go look for a couple of things at Kenny ones. Again, my mind was just in a bad place. But now I'm clear mindset. Is it divine time that God takes care of things? Is the universe plotting everything properly? I think it's been fine so far, but I'm just trying to bring in that inner peace. I'm doing my best. So we all have things going on, but to make others make it even worse. Yes. When Hulk said in Avengers, well, Cap, secretly, I'm always angry. Something like that. Then I started watching clips of She-Hulk on YouTube, little shorts. So okay, that's how Bruce got his hand back to normal, because the blood transfusion with Jen. And even though it's like, what? I won't watch She-Hulk. It's so weird. There was a TV host that did that? I don't know. I do not know of a... Oh, you do know Pedro. They comprise for the Tombstone. Okay. They compromised. Oh, yeah, for the Hulk. Yeah. I was saying... Oh, yes, anything that's going to be reused for footage. I was saying what... I thought you were mentioning what did Mark ask about? Yeah, my comic book thing was a certain time, but now I was like, I wanted an issue of a reboot of sort for Secret Wars, just for Spider-Man, because I think it's like expanded on what happened into issue 9 or something, but I couldn't find it. I didn't even know what it's called. I still haven't looked on the computer for it. We're big into it. All the Transformer comics. I was missing some of Regeneration 1. I wanted to get trade paperbacks for the Transformers Marvel comics, even though I read them all. I still have them all, and they're not really worth anything, so why really get a trade paperback for them? I can go run through the series again, through all 80 issues, and then go through Transformers Generation 2, which but Regeneration 1, their trade paperbacks are so small and so expensive. I want a omnibus, but that's like Uber price. Oh, my thing died. I ran out of time. Give me a second. I gotta plug the sucker in. But it's like, that brought about the toys and all these collections. Like, yeah. I run through my mind. I say, yeah, if I can go back and stop myself from buying all these things, money in the bank. But now it is, some of the stuff is worth more. So it's just me getting through it and saying, okay, I gotta sell it. I gotta sell it. Like I have the Lords of Power set. That was Corey that said, oh, some dude selling on eBay. And so I grabbed onto it. So I have all Lords of Power, but I also have the custom Lords of Power head of Man at Arms. I got 2 Lords of Power Skeletors. One that I paid a lot of money for. Another one that it was a blind pack. You had a Horde Trooper, which I could not find, and 2 blind figures. One was Scareglow, and one was the Lords of Power Skeletor. So if I can make any money back from combination, I doubt it, of selling the Lords of Power Skeletor, I'll do that. I'll also say, well, I sent in the armor for Man at Arms. I wanted Corey to paint, so I would have my own Lords of Power figure. Then he's like, oh, they sent me that link. So, okay, it's sitting in the other room, wobbling on other boxes. So it's just so, like, I look at my stuff, it's just so overwhelming. I still haven't taken a picture of the January display. And they're like, yes, I want to put the picture of me and Jody there. So put that one away. Like, but do I make another vertical poster or make another horizontal poster for 2026? It would shrink everyone down because I put Pedro in there. Pedro, and then for the Guardians of Gallifrey, and I would have to put Gadget in because, I mean, after all, she's the one that helped create this show. So she was in one episode. Christian was in one episode. He was on the first episode. Billy Floyd of the Kitchen Killers, more like Kitchen Killer, singular. I kind of sensed it. He was on the show, the first episode, so I gotta add Pedro, add Gadget, add Billy, and Eliza, David. Even if it's maybe a signature, you have a signature I can put on the board, and we'll just do it that way. If you don't want to have a picture, just do a signature. Any interviews that I know of, the drummer from Velvet Chains, the bassist from Velvet Chains, they're still up in the air, but they said they would. Allison Troy, to do another pizza episode, it's like, come on, Allison. The toy crew I have set on Instagram, like, if Oz is awake. Because again, I'm going to say, Mega J Retro said he would open his secret Japanese toys when we do another episode of the Toy Crew. So, on my show, not his show, not the other show he's got too. With the other, it's the location studio thing he got. On Spill the Geek Tea, he would open up secret Japanese toys, along with Greg opening Japanese cars that he got. So we would have to find some Japanese toys. At least some secret toys. I have a special Funko bobblehead type. No, special Funko Tiki Skeletor that a friend of mine gave to me some years ago. I didn't have anything set yet. I didn't do I don't even do podcasts anymore. I forget I can do podcasts, and I don't even do that anymore. I still got every other stuff here. So there's that Funko Tiki Skeletor that I can put on display. It was a limited edition. Somehow he got it. I think it's through Amazon because he works at Amazon. Send me some comic books. I really gotta look at these things. So this whole setup needs to change. I had the Funkos up there. I wanted to display all the Funkos behind me, and then of course they changed everything around. I wanted to go through. I still got Larry sitting on the desk. I just had to repaint the purple, repaint the gray, Well, purple pansy and granite gray. Add a little granite gray belt, which was actually a curtain rod, fabric curtain rod, very 70s. Give me that belt, and then stick them in a box. Again, I'm slowly getting my faculties put together again. The stress did do a little bit of damage. It always will do it. I mean, my back hurts again. But I'm trying to manifest healing towards myself, be better. Little setbacks here and there, if I can get some help, which I probably could. If it all falls down, I'm going to see what I can do. Just saying. It's all on who you know. Just don't want to go that route, to be honest. But then again, others do all the time. And I'm just protecting myself. I'm not doing any harm. No foul. Not at all. Just protecting myself. I forget what it is. So it's like 7. So definitely 7 people to mind for so far, because the rest of the toy crew hasn't said anything about it yet. So maybe just leave that, because that's the original one of the original set of, well, not original because Gadget's not on it. The original poster that Mark made. So I may just leave that there and say this original poster, and behind me, of course, is those that I'm adding for this year, just to say these people are on there, and then we'll figure out either do a horizontal picture, maybe another vertical. Teapot will be the same size, but the circles are smaller and there's more not so straightforward lines. So not straight across, but a little more jagged, because we're adding, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, just shrink them down, just stagger. So, okay, there's some more circles, here's some more things there. I'm aiming towards that. In the long run, I was thinking of a big giant wall banner with a big teapot, and you had to have a magnifying glass to look at all the people that have been on the show. It's like, how can you see it? Well, I know. I got on the computer so I could just blow them up to see everyone's on there. But if you want to watch it yourself, you got to take a... I mean, for me going to MegaCon next year, I'm thinking just using the banner I use for my live show. Spill the Geek Tea with me in the middle, and then the teapot on the one side, and the still a little bit too big picture of Tasty Cake on that side. But the height is still there with the steam coming up. The same height. Just looks too big. I'm not want to change it again. Third time be a charm, but I just don't feel like it. Oh yes, Kenny made Rogue, and just like everything else, anything goes to the mail, something's broken. I was able to glue her head back on, and she has a little piece missing off her wrist. Couldn't find it, but still, it's on display. It's a model. When my friend James in UK sent me a second version of the Cyberman, Cyber Warrior, and Cybermaster, made of stronger materials. The Cyber Warrior was perfect. I mean, a lot better than the first ones, maybe. But so we made the original Cyber Warrior. Then the second one broke into pieces. The third version was spectacular. But we did the same thing for the Cybermaster. The head knocked off, the arms came off, and the headpiece just snapped. So I sent a link to Kenny and to Corey. So when I get both, and I say, okay, which one's going to fit better? Which one didn't break in the mail? Yes, Kenny does awesome work. That's why I just want to keep that there. I tried moving, but like, where am I going to move it to? I was like, move it right there because you can't see the sign. The sign says, if you need anything from me, reconsider. So it only works on still shots. If you need anything from me, reconsider. But that's just a whole setup there. There's no other place. Her head fell off so many times. I've been using the wrong Gorilla Glue. It's like it comes out like white goop. So I have a small Optimus with the white gooped Megatron arm glued on instead of using the other glue. I did that for the Cyberman. I just used the nail clippers and trimmed them off so I can just paint them silver. Repair the leg. Did I do that in Rogue? I probably did. I think I trimmed it enough that you can see it. But I got to fix that please sign again. It fell over. I forget. I looked at it and it fell over again. So things will work out. Whether I do another that size or horizontal size, we'll work it out. I'm thinking right now, another for 2025, everyone's smaller on there with Jody and I right there and the YouTube awards right there. But the Funko Pops, I still want two more that would finish off me. One is the Lord President of the Guardians of Gallifrey. I had to paint that one. And me as a laird. I own 2 square feet of land in Scotland with a tree in the middle in a haunted forest. So it's either like painting the pants or having a kilt made. I can't cut up my scarf. That's too big. I'm not cutting off my little things I put in the socks. Too big. So it's like, okay, I'll just find a forest green and just draw the little red, yellow, and best I can. Like, scrape. Make it look that way. Or have a sash. I have black pants, white shirt, and a sash over it. Makes it more bit easier than when the kilt. I'll have a plant and a golf club. I did do the for a bit. Went to a range and just shut the balls out. Yes, Witchblade and Tomb Raider. Definitely. I know I didn't know her. I knew of a cosplayer. She would dress up as a Witchblade and go to MegaCon and Dragon Cons. Oh my God. Beautiful lady. You want RGP graphic novels? Spectacular. Yeah. The chronic anxiety is and she said, don't stress out so much. You're gonna live a long life. I look at my hand now, I see the line again. Like shrunk. Doesn't mean I have a healthy life. I'm gonna live a long life. So might as well just, get rid of stuff and have money put away. In a living trust. Put everything into the trust. Become the beneficiary. Create a living trust. So the bank cannot touch the money. So no one can touch the money. Have it there. But a few more years, unless, lottery comes about. And money goes in. Hey, here's some checks sent out. Mysteriously checks sent out. Oh, yes, I do have your picture from through Instagram. I get your picture from X. I don't want that many tabs. No. Wendy's doing something. Wendy's, you're like, Wendy's need to watch this. Wendy's giving away free nuggets over Wednesday entire year. You can do that and download the app thing. Okay. on Instagram, I'm under Tasty Cakes, so it's easy way to find me. Because right now I'm just filling with. But who sent me a message? HMS Endurance. My friend who has dialysis has to go 3 days a week. And he has neuropathy in his legs, all because when he worked for a delivery company, Home Depot Delivery, HMD, they changed it, they shortened it. He let the delivery door slam on his foot. He didn't wear the boot. Stubborn. And so now he always had big hunchback. He looks like Penguin if he was 6 feet tall. So both feet are going sideways. He had the shingles, got the neuropathy in the leg, and just doesn't listen. So if you can see this, that's what he built. So he's Monday, Wednesday, Friday with HMS Endurance, with dialysis, speaking with a shrink, because he finally got, after 9 months, 100% medical, 100% benefits from the VA, because he's paying for the house himself. It's in the city of Orlando, so it's city and county tax. He and his brother, has a disorder which he can sleep 20 hours a day. And he should have been awake already, but in his 4 hours, he sees you like a ghost. He's the one that can do things. Out of a whole family, and the other one that will help, but it expends money. Like, well, when you die, I want $25,000 in a house, kind of thing. I'm in the will to collect all the toys, all the Legos. Imagine the Concorde, Lego Concorde. Something like that, Lego Concorde. It's sitting on the Eternia box. So, Kenny, you know the box for Eternia. That's how big the Concorde is. 2 pieces fell off the bottom because I moved it and 1 piece fell off. And when I was sleeping, so his Legos that need to be put back together. Maybe just buy more Legos because he's covered. That's the whole. Thank you. Breaking news. And there's Matthew Lesko, which I sent Kenny that one. This guy's been around for years. He just finds grants to help people out. Newest one is billions of free unclaimed cash claims. Yours here. You pay like for 12 months, like almost $9 a month at the cheapest. If you pay for 1 month at $20, but you pay like $8.33 a month, he'll send you the links to all these grants. He's done it for years. It's nothing, before it was just you buy his book. He had question marks all over his coat and, short brown hair. Now he's like gray hair and everything else, but he's still around. He's still trying to do what's right. So that's a good thing. Yes. Kenny knows. Yeah, that's the whole. That's what that's what the psychic said. Don't stress out. You're gonna live a long life. You're gonna get back with your ex. You can move back to Florida. Like, I did I put the transponder back in the thing? I don't know. My dad was ironically, my dad got a text saying he owed SunTrust, SunPass money. He's like, well, one thing, you don't have a transponder. And when I bought it last year, I said, I don't know the license plate of the car because, I'm going to call them again and say, I don't have a car. Do not own a car. I want this transponder to go traveling when I rent a car and go through the stupid SunPass lanes, because when you get through the turnpike, that's all you have is the cameras taking a picture of your license plate. Some place where it said exact change, they don't do that anymore. They take a picture of your license plate. So Enterprise does that, and it costs more money, and then you pay them the service fee. Like that was over $30. And if I did it myself, it would have been under $20. But I didn't activate it because, again, I don't want to use a license plate which is not mine. So how am I going to do this SunPass? So I got to call them and figure this out before next year. Otherwise, it can cost me another $30. Or if they raise the price again, that's all crap. Once upon a time, I could say I'm an actor because I did act. I did a couple plays in college. I did cable TV show. I was a guest on a cable TV show called Solid Ground. I do have the links on this page on their playlist saying Solid Ground. The one episode was not shown, episode 10. Supposedly it's on TikTok. I don't go on TikTok. I don't want to go on TikTok. Because last time I did, they tried to, them versus Facebook in gathering someone's information on them. Those advertised on TikTok, episode 10, Aliens Exist. That was one of my better episodes. I was Linrov. I had to paint Linrov. I got to paint Linrov and somehow give him somewhat spiky. I can't do the spiky hair because the way the plastic, I keep them all in the boxes. But I just had the white, pink face, a lightning bolt, very Bowie. Paint on a silver suit. I can't get the details. Can't put the patch. The belt, I just try little squiggly lines because I bought a belt book. I bought a it's like one of those things you touch and the lightning comes out, But it was on a circle, and I used it as a belt buckle. I also was not fitting formally into that silver outfit, so I was like, that was my big thing. And then I made 3 Doctor Who fan films. The second one, I was just the voiceover and the cameraman. Second one, I tried to do right. And just didn't fill out right. Didn't work out right. Third one, I have everything. I have the footage. I have not written anything of it. And I put it together. It's on Super 8 tape. It needs to be transferred onto a disc. So at least I have it. Will I ever put it together? I don't know. Will I ever write it? I don't know. So I used to write short stories. I wrote a novella. I was planning on writing a novel with the final story of my Doctor crossing over to the mainstream Doctor Who universe, and chaos ensues, and all because I had 2 dreams, and they were like linked together. It's like, whoa! I'll never tell Jody about it, but she's like, It was nice. It was still think about it every once in a while. So that was my acting thing. This is my acting thing. The whole flamboyant tasty cake, just talking about this and that. I actually thought Greg would have popped in. I guess he's busy because he was all day yesterday. He was trying to get a hold of me, and I was like, it took a few days. It took a week for me to finally just say today, and today's show is like, if anything comes about, it comes about. We cannot stop it. We cannot stop the uber rich. We cannot stop politicians. We cannot stop warmongers from doing their thing. Look at the people that have lost their lives. Look at how that one, I didn't read the article, that one U.S. pilot let his kids into the cockpit and ended up killing everyone on the plane. It's like, that may have been a regular article, but I didn't read it because I don't need to. But when things like that pop up and they said, no, we clickbait, like, what? And the new ones on Instagram of 9/11, how could it have happened when the structure was, the way it is? But when it happened, everything. Another one was about Kennedy, the lost footage. And even the president says he's going to release that footage. It is said, because we never saw it, how he was shot in the neck, right? First he was shot in the neck and leaned forward, then he was shot in there. There is no magic bullet. That's a bunch of hooey. They're saying it was the driver. The driver was the one that went, because, no one was watching the driver. It's like, right in the neck, and then all of a sudden, no one's behind the shrubbery. No one can do that whole thing. It was the driver at close range. That's why it happened that way. I don't doubt it. That was on Instagram. Truth is out there. Sometimes we need to know it. People still go, oh. I'm the one that kept saying that the COVID was made in a lab, but some guy was saying this morning, I took something, like, what? And he slurred in his redneckish ways. I took this thing, and my son and I were with my so-and-so, whatever, cousin, daughter, girlfriend thingy, and she had COVID for 3 days, and we just had next one, didn't get sick at all. I want to say, what word are you saying? Speak English. Speak British English. It's more understandable than your gibberish redneck American English. I wear the shield because I don't trust people. I wear the mask so I can tell them off under my mask. So I can tell them off underneath. It's all that way. It helps. That's what I worry about here. Because I have to keep my hours part-time, I get to have the nice insurance. If I went with the insurance through my job, my assistant manager said the insurance that they have now, it's about preventive healthcare. So he has to check his blood pressure every month and print out the chart and give it to them. He has to do their job because he has high blood pressure. That's a bunch of BS. So I'm happy with mine. Mine doesn't ask me any questions. I mean, it was a video saying someone goes to a dermatologist and tries this and this and this, and then dermatologist says, well, you did it. You're stressing out. So that's what I believe. I'm stressing out so much, I'm just breaking out. I scratch myself. Oh, wow. Another one. Like, I'm using soap. I'm using scrubbing. Like, I got another pimple on my face. So I listen to meditation music every night when I go to sleep. Of course, when the music stopped, I woke up at 2 o'clock. I was sweating, and I said, I had to go to the bathroom. I'm thinking, oh my God, it opens my liver. It's not my kidneys, because I've been just, now I'm on recovery mode. Like, which I've been ever since. Every time I go to sleep, I put on meditation music for healing, for miracles. Like, but now that my back hurts, like, I'm trying. So all we can do is try. Not even try. We have to do things. We know things are what we can control. We continue to do. We must control. Must have control. Those that have vile intent, I changed timeline again. they'll get what they deserve. That's what I've been asking all day. It's like, universe, these are horrible people. They're going against me. Deal with them. Yeah, I never did the whole big thing for work, just, college and cable TV show. So theater, TV, screen if I did my films. So it would have been stage, screen, and television. But I never finished any of the versions for the third film, which the second film was never made, for the Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy. I mean, I haven't even written it. It's been like 3 years now. I just haven't written. It's been a little bit longer than that, but I don't remember. Yes. And here you privatize, but again, the insurance through the company try to find anything cheap every single year. And it's like $100 a week. Honestly. About $100 a week for lousy insurance, and I'm paying like, oh, I'll retain what I have. I need to start selling things, put the money away. Maybe not even in the bank. Maybe just like keep it on PayPal. I'll think about it too. Yeah. Instead of having money transferred to the bank, I may just keep it on PayPal instead and just do it that way. When I start doing that in a couple of weeks. Yeah. Game plan. That's what's sad. We talk about, we can't have universal health care. We had to pay for it. But then you have universal health care and they don't do anything. Someone on Instagram asked Siri about all the money, about how much money does it take for, people here to be insured through health insurance, people to have free college and this and take care of the homeless. And how much money was sent overseas that was wasted. And then said, well, based on this and this, she said, pretty much would have taken care of everything that the U.S. would have needed if all that money that was thrown overseas into a war. But then again, bureaucrats. People that have way too much money to print out, and now they're going to cut our pennies. We're going to be losing our pennies. Because I just saw the charts. It costs more to make pennies and too much to make pennies. I think 4 cents to make 1 penny. The nickel was second. The dime was third. Then you get to quarters and 50-cent pieces. It didn't cost that much to make quarters and 50-cent pieces. And the idea of, well, use that money towards bringing down the damn debt. I don't know. Egg prices here. We have a sign to limit 1, people dragging 2. Ask the managers and go ahead. If they want to pay that price for the dozen eggs, let them do it. And then someone says, well, Walmart has it for this price. I wasn't dealing with them because I would have said loudly. So a bunch of billionaires that have this ginormous company that pays their employees just enough that they can go on food stamps, have lower prices on eggs compared to this podunk little grocery store that depends on a distributor and like a 30% markup. That's when people need to shut their mouths, All I try to do is make people laugh. But that's what this shows. That's what, Spill the Geek Tea is more so. That's why I'm calmer on there. That's why I let everyone else talk. And we're just thinking weird, wacky topics, having fun with it. Here, I was like, well, you get me going, and I will talk about everything. I'll tell. I would. So I wear the mask. You know, you can see the movement in my face. That's what happens. That's why I wear the mask. Yes. Yes. Some idea. Our doctor, he's test hungry. So my dad was like, he looked at it, like, he was charging the insurance company all these tests. It's like, no, it just came from one thing, and you're throwing all these tests. So he said, no. That's why he doesn't want to go back to the guy. And did I get an itemized bill? I don't think I actually did for my surgery when I had to remove the non-cancerous lump. But once I reach a certain level, that's when the insurance will pay for it. So if I did an itemized bill and knocked everything down, would it have benefited me? Probably not, because if it knocked everything down, I still would have paid for it. But I had that gap. So once I reach this level, they're paying for everything else. Roman salute. They're paying for everything else that's above the line. So when I reached that thing, so if everything was brought down, I still would have paid for it. And like I would have probably paid. Yeah. Either way, I reached my gap. I reached my level of payment, and then they paid everything else that the hospital was charging. That was fine. Scar is still there. Scar will always be there. But after that, I started getting more acne. So it's I don't know. Me, I just it took me a couple weeks just to get back to where I'm thinking right now in this show, just talking about it, which I feel better. It's sad. It's like no matter where we are, it's always something going on. You say, what about them? What about them? The grass is always greener on the other side. Yeah, it's because it's fertilized with bullshit. Did I swear for the first time on my show? I think it did. No swearing on Spill the Geek Tea. You know, Corey and Oz did. It's like, pourquoi? Kenny does in his show all the time. I just, Spill the Geek Tea is a bunch of us gathering together with thoughts on things. We're higher levels that we don't have to go there. But our own individual shows, yeah, if it comes to be, comes to be. And it's the first time I said it because that was the quote. The quote was, grass is always greener on the other side because it's fertilized with BS. So I'm just making a quote. It's like when Mark Hamill said that when he was on the Graham Norton show. He said, I think he said the F-bomb. He said, I didn't mean to say it was just, he was saying what Harrison Ford said. So it's in context. It's all in context. So for me to say that, it was in context. Yes, I can swear like a sailor. I can go, as a Pisces, I can tear someone apart like that. Observation. But for the context of that saying, I went there. Because I suffer a lot of BS we all do. Suffer from BS every freaking day. See how the rich get richer, the poor get poorer. Grego was going to do I thought about this. Greg was going to run out of material for his shows. I thought in my mind, just do it where you are. Just do you live there, just walk around, show people what things are like. Because I don't remember. I went there like twice. I was there twice where he lived. Only certain places. I don't remember anything. Just he went to Japan, so Americans see what Japan's like. And he brought in a lot of Japanese people, a lot of Japanese citizens and such, watching those videos, and came over to here too. So So he's going to talk about where he is in San Francisco. Would I do it here? No. This is not my town. This is not my home. It's like when Neil Diamond said, LA's home, but it ain't mine. New York's home. No. LA's fine, but it ain't home. New York's home, but it ain't mine no more. I am myself. No, Orlando is home, but it's not mine no more. It has changed. My neighborhood, you get people crossing down the road as a shortcut. Speed humps don't matter. Turning to a one-way street, you had one old man complaining they had to turn it back to a two-way street again. 2-lane road. And they could have just went the other way, which is 4 lanes. They don't do it. They don't take a shortcut. People are horrible. Photo enforced cameras all over the place. The tolls everywhere. Tolls on the interstate. Interstate 4 has tolls on it. Get people going. 70 miles per hour, you're going too slow. You need to go 90 miles per hour after midnight in the rain. You need to go to the exit which no longer exists. You go and say, oh, I'm going to Mills Avenue. No, it dead ends. It dead ends into someone's backyard. Or just drive through the yard and you'll get straight through Mills Avenue. That's where I am. No. And at midnight, try to remember, say, no, go left. Go to the light. Turn right. Okay, now we're in downtown. Go over here. And for the first time in my life, when I was in downtown, deep in downtown, the South Side, South Street, yeah. Holy crap. With all the buildings and people making millions and billions of dollars, and then just 2 blocks over, you get the whole side of town. No. And even in downtown, where the big buildings are, you go to the arena. I don't even know what they call it anymore. They keep changing names. They tore it down, and they call it something else. TD Waterhouse, the old Bob Carr Auditorium as well, the museums. In between, you can have people around there. You get the homeless knocking on doors. They're under the overpasses. They're freaking knocking on people's doors asking for money now. This is how they've gotten. When Highway 50, East Colonial, is turned to desolate because on the right side is owned by the airport, and they shut down all the stores, or they raise the rent, so that's why the Colonial Promenade shut down. There's one store, factory direct, appliance factory direct thing, which my friend and his brother got a refrigerator for $1,000, and they split that in half. It was half off, scratch and dent, big ass thing. It sticks out. You can't get to the junction box if anything needs. You got to pull that whole damn thing out. It's like ginormous refrigerator, but for $1,300, half price, they got it. The fridge and the 2 drawers for the freezer. Like, wow. Well, they just had that little dinky thing, like, the old-fashioned freezer on top, fridge on the blue, and the whole house is falling apart because it's so old. But someone takes over it, then they can refurbish it. It's because it's an old part of Orlando. It's worth money, no matter what. And I still have all my stuff down there. I have half a storage room. So that's why I need to start digging with this, then get to Orlando, start digging through that, and sell things when I'm in Orlando. Things had to change. Things I showed Kenny, is like, I can't bring him up here. I just have no place for it. And I still want to finish off the Masters Universe, Turtles of Grayskull, and the few of the Motu. That's not even counting Masterverse. I broke down and ordered Panther because of Jay. I said on the show, how you broke down again. Put it with the Skeletor. So I love the Skeletor. So this Skeletor and on Panther, oh yeah. I'm just gonna have him stand up like this, but you know what? He'll be riding Panther. And she'll be riding Wildfire. My Mr. T fell over because the package is crushed. Oh, beautiful. Read all my packaging. So we'll open it because I wanted the tea, so. Will I do a video on it? Maybe. So a lot of things, Yes, they are, Kenny. Yes, they are. Ouch. Oh, that's trying to stretch it out. It's just, I feel the cracks pop. I feel the pops in my neck all the time. Heal. Still gonna drink that Mr. Pibb. Well, Greg, he's trying to get away from the interviews, so that's why you're part of this. You are with us. You are with Kenny whenever he wants to be on, and the Candyman and Greg. That's what Spill the Geek Tea is about. We talk about anything. But political things, yeah, it's for our own individuals thing. But for Spill the Geek Tea, now society versus social media, that's an important thing because it's about being bullied, how we have dealt with it. I go through my mind, the consequences here and there. Is like mine could have been. I don't remember. I remember things here and there, but hasn't been prominent. The school's always the way he acts this and that. But outside of that, it's just my awkward behavior. But it's still the idea. You did the first episode. That's what we'll do part 2. See about doing it tomorrow. We'll have it in the records, have it in the library, set it out sometime this year. Because there'll be times like with Tuesday night. Oh yeah, Tuesday night for Legends Driving TARDIS. They decided to go with Army of Ghosts. So Mark will be on that one. I watched it the other day on BBC America. Well, I watched it last month on BBC America. It's like, yeah, I was like, I'm just not good at reviews. Let everyone else talk about it. That's something special. I did do that one thing, and then the others were laughing. Because I'm not looking at the monitor here. I'm looking at the camera there, so I can't see what everything. I know they were laughing. I know they were laughing at me. That was funny. So you're on the show. What? But we can still do. And you can still be professional, for God's sakes. Just not talk to each other. That's why Dave could be on do the other shows of talk about anime if she wants to bring about anime. But he'll bring about horror movies, which I did my horror movie thing. It's like, do reviews on horror movies, anything new or old, or horror TV shows. What's your view on that? What do you think about that? He's got the different drinkables and stuff. Do think about sports. What's your favorite football teams? Because Mark loves American football. He loves the strategies. Not so much the outcomes, because that's what Greg and I were talking about. It's like, well, the outcome is you strategize this, and this. I mean, that's good. You know about what you want your team to do, but then when you get out there, punk. Oh, you ran into each other and you dropped the ball. Another delay, and then we got a halftime show that beat out Michael Jackson, and it turns out it was quite awkward. I don't know. The Bears. Like my dad stopped watching football for years, and then soon after racing, the roundy rounders. Because when Jeff Gordon took control, like, yeah, let Jeff win. Let all of his teammates just go behind, block the way, so no one can get past Jeff Gordon. That Dale Earnhardt didn't like that one bit. Dale may play dirty, but he was still a good guy until someone did him dirty. That was a damn shame. Alan Kowicki, right? Hooters. Oh, so at the talk show, I forgot to turn on the light again. The one who was driving the Hooters car. When he died, it was like you went to Winn-Dixie, and they were all both versions of his car, car with a different card on the back, and just sitting there, And then he died. Someone bought them all up. That's the thing. Race car driver dies, and sitting there, you buy everything up and just rake up the money. I remember we went to Daytona, still there, and there was a shop, and they had one in the car in a little card case, put on a mounted onto a base, and one of those little card stands. My dad wanted the card there and had the other card in the background. It was just a team. So he wanted the single card, but he didn't want the whole thing. So I want it because it's Hooters. I want the Hooters. And I had a picture of the Lynn Austin, the original Hooters girl. So there she was, in the Hooters uniform, the Hooters racing uniform. So I put her card there. I had the card in the background there was the whole team and the card inside the plastic case. I said Alan Kowicki. That's somewhere. I like that thing. I would display that. That's pretty cool. Because but I don't think when he saw it at Winn-Dixie, he had two different cards, horizontal ones. He bought the one he liked the most. The other one wasn't much, but went back there the next day when they found he was dead, gone, of course. So at least he got something like that. I got something cool. It's like the Nipper doll, RCA Victor, the dog. We were at a convention in Memphis. He didn't want it, but I said, I wanted it. And I just gave it to him. So he put it, in this display. Things like that. Things you just do. But and again, it makes me want to think I really need to go through stuff because I want to get back there. There's books that I'll never go through, old textbooks that, like, why even bother? Just, I'm not throwing them away. I'm going to like a little library or go just dump them off at Goodwill. Because they'll let them sell it, sell them for cheap just so someone can learn something from it. And that's out of the way. Because sad thing, when my friend, he had all those Star Trek paperbacks, no one wanted them. He threw them in the dumpster. He couldn't give them away, for God's sakes. I would have thought, you had Salvation Army, just put the box right there, Salvation Army, and they would have dealt with it. So dump them in the garbage can, it just hurt them. And I didn't go through them all. We're just trying to clean everything up, trying to get things through. Some of the artwork covers were so beautiful. I wanted to just pick those out. I didn't have time. That's the thing. We run out of time so fast. I'm running at 2 hours. Not the amount of people that were on last show, but it is what it is. Like the patch says here. Under here, it is what it is. And that's what everyone kept saying, until I switch it to my degree of sarcasm depends on your degree of stupidity. We just run out of time so fast. It's 7 p.m. here. I forgot to turn on the light. I was going to do this 1 hour show. I was going to say 1 hour show. Greg is pop in. We're going to do some commercials. Oh. Fridge Extra had a G.I. Joe action figure too. I never got it. I was never into G.I. Joe with the whole silver knob thingies. that Steel Brigade figure I really wanted back in the day, but didn't get it. Now they got one out there saying, I think they have a couple of G.I. Joe figures. Mainly the girls. Like Adam does from Radical Toys. Got to go through that too. But tonight it's 7 o'clock. 2 hours before I go to sleep. 2 hours before I go to bed. 3 hours before I go to sleep. It's when the hour winding down. Look at the clock. What time is it now? What time is it now? What time is it now? Whoa, I had a new message. Oh. Greg posted right now. Yay. I messaged him at 10 o'clock this morning. Yeah. 9 hours? 9 hours later. Yep. Time for you guys to go to sleep. I only do 1 hour show. I wanted to keep the show under 55 minutes originally because I was going to coincide with Billy Floyd of the Kitchen Killers. Kitchen Killer. But now that we're putting the show on, we're going to go live Sunday in a couple weeks. Doesn't matter. I still want to keep it within an hour because I don't want to interfere with Radical Toys. Because he got a show going on. But he does a show periodically every so often. I just want to keep enough that people have their attention span. For me to go 2 hours here is just because I have my crew here. My crew, we're all talking about things, having fun, understanding, going through everything here. That's just me. I'm going to start again trying to do videos again. But every time I do a video, again, it takes me between 15 minutes to half an hour to post it, to upload it through to YouTube. That's why I'm just kind of like, subjugate to certain things again. I've complained enough about these people on to the other videos. Doing it live gets it out of the way. I just knocked down my Skeletor head. You bumbling boob. Got to replace his head with the 2000X Skeletor head with that one whenever I find him again. I got receipts for, the magic number 333. Yeah. It's a Terminator. That's what it does. I got 1111. I got 333. 1111 pops up. My birthday popped up. Even the year. But. Yeah. But. And since we all. I get off at work. I know what time I get off work tomorrow. It's going to be an 8-hour day. I get home, clean up, take a shower. Oh. We are at a kid's birthday party, and we are at a kid's birthday party I totally forgot about. Got to enjoy the moments because kids grow up so fast. It was supposed to be at the beach, but it's like a blizzard. But it's like a blizzard so moved inside. A blizzard in San Francisco. Why didn't I remember we would have... Why didn't I remember we... Oh, why... Hey, messed me. Why didn't I remember we would drive halfway to LA? Haha. I like to see what you made. We're headed home now. So... Well, he can watch his 2-hour video. He can watch his 2-hour live show because he's heading home now. But I do want to focus on, let's get the part 2 taken care of because it's, Mark, Kenny backed out before. He got in the studio and was like, no, okay, we're bad. Yeah, this episode, part 2, is just like the first one, is basically about being bullied. I don't know. I think we should not Greg has mentioned people that have done him wrong. I think we'll just do in general, like we do for, like when Katie comes back to do the theme parks and conventions. She showed, we don't mention the names, we just mention what happened at the theme parks, what happened at conventions. Now, if we have, met some guests, sure, that's the whole thing. That's experience there, but you don't mention theme park names because she did that on Legend of Traveling TARDIS, and that's a no-no. As long as we just mention these situations, that'd be fine. So I think Kenny's out for that one. Greg, like, we can go on, but don't mention the names that he's told me. Other secrets that I hold. Mark, you want to step in tomorrow with Pedro and I, most likely David Howard and Eliza, because now that she has a new job, we'll see if she can make it. So part 2, set it in the library. Let's sit. Next week, I don't know, and for the next week, I have no idea, but it's like one more that we could fit in to the library, since everything is going to be live on Sunday night. And the only other time of recording would be Saturday night. So that means I would cut this show to half hour to an hour so we can do something for the library later on. And so I have 2 episodes in the library sitting there for anything occurs. And next year, it'll be 2 Sundays. I'm not going to make it either. So something close by inward. But then again, I may bring the laptop. I may actually try to do it on Sunday. But if I'm at MegaCon, it's not going to happen. There is no Wi-Fi that's strong enough in MegaCon to do that. To bring in my laptop and do that. If I do go Consumer Cellular. Is Consumer Cellular? Is that the one again? The one through the orange people? I keep getting confused. The one with Ted Danson. If I do hit with that, and I do put in the old phone number that Gadget made me sign up for, which I'm sure will still be available because no one wants something as obscure as that, then I'll do the whole clamp thing and I'll do you on the phone with the little button and say, okay, this is kind of awkward, but here I am. Can you hear me? Because like Dave had issues with sound and Wi-Fi too. Or you can do that. Yes. Absolutely. Discuss the feedback from the previous stream. Absolutely. Because, this is a topic we can go on forever. And when we go live, between, Sunday nights, if Kenny doesn't want to be on, he's still mom. And Greg's the moderator and Mark's the moderator. Man, I can moderate too. So between 4 of us, we can, if anyone wants to say something, or we'll just do like Gadget said, we have a troll. She likes to get the trolls their little 15 minutes of fame. So we can do that too. No big deal. It's all about discussing and everything else. It's just the names that Greg has. I don't think the world is prepared for that. And since I don't drink, I don't get drunk enough to say the names of those people, which irritate and disgust me to no end. I just customers. I don't feel my prostate cleaning. Maybe it will. I just, I leave it into the hands of God. I leave it in the hands of the universe, the spirits, archangels. I'm keeping my hands clean. But if I had powers that my mom does, so many people be jinxed right now and they will get what they deserve. If I only had that power. Online. These are online people, online bullies. So unless he's going to mention anything to you, to us, together, separate, you know, why some people won't go over there because of over here, kind of thing, you know. There's some people just that way. They just, you know, like, well, I don't, I don't want you posting this. You know, you can't do that. It's like, well, people need to know. People need to know how bad people are. Kind of thing. So it's like, what will he talk about on tomorrow night show? I don't know. I mean, what will Eliza talk about? You know, everyone has what they want to say, and everyone is open to say what they want to say. You know, will it turn back towards Legend of Traveling TARDIS saying, "Well, your sister show"? I am bad enough, Scott. We all do, Mark. And there's Greg. So we are online with maybe Mark. Kenny was just watching the background on Monday. Greg and I, possibly Eliza, and possibly David. So we'll do the part 2. I think Pedro wants to talk about the feedback from the first show, which is perfectly fine, because that's what we do. We're geeks. We're spilling the tea. Spilling the geek tea. That's what a shaman said. You know, in order to go forward in life, you must empty your cup. You must spill the tea to get rid of all the bad things. And if that's getting it out for people to understand that, you know, these people are noise, fine. There are ways of taking care of things. There's always another generation that, while the one generation goes, well, we did our thing, we're fine with it. But the next generation goes, well, we're gonna do what we're gonna do. I forgot what we talked about. As usual, I talked about how people are horrible customers, the way they are, but that's just common. Things I don't talk about during videos anymore, because when I do get back to the videos, I'm going to be. It took me 2 weeks to become clear-minded, back to where I'm supposed to be. I let my body deteriorate a little more, to stress out. You know, told not to stress out, just to lose a little more weight. I haven't had cheese in a while. That's a big thing. I haven't had cheese in a while. I'm eating my Tim Tams because chocolate's right there. But Monday, I'm going to dig through stuff. I'm going to find stuff. I'm going to send that thing out to Kenny as soon as possible. It's going to play the meditation music, let it sit in the hallway on the floor, and just dig through the boxes and dig. Separate, try to put things in some kind of order. I go, you know what? Here it is. I got to begin selling things. So that's for me. I'm going to lose the weight. So when I go see Jodie Whittaker next year, picture's going right there. The next picture for this year, will it be another one like this? I don't know. Could be, but we're all going to shrink in size, at least half the size. We're all going to shrink in half because I'm expecting that many more people. Besides Greg, let's see. Arthur, Guardians of Gallifrey, it's G. Allison Troy, put Gadget in there. at Pedro, at Eliza, at David, 2 members of Velvet Chains. And that's what I know. Those pictures alone had to be added to that poster. So I'm going to shrink it down. Yeah. So I expect double the amount of people to be on this year's poster when I have it made next year. Like Adam for Underground Toys. Keep talking to him. Bring in the toy crew, because Jay said he wants to be on a show again with the toy crew to open up his secret Japanese toys. So Greg and Jay with their toys, we're going to bring in the toy crew. We got to do this episode. I keep telling him, no reply. Get the interviews in. Even, if someone doesn't have a picture, maybe we just do a signature. If David wants to just have a signature on there, just put that in there, not have a picture. So ways of doing this thing. Between the 2 members of Velvet Chains, I use the Velvet Chains logos. I was like, maybe a signature on the side. There's Niles and then there's Jason. I just want to make it a unique, but they'll be up there first before I contemplate how I'm going to do that. And Mark's going to help me with that again next year. When I go to MegaCon, I'm going to use the photo I use for the live shots here. Spill the Geek Tea, picture of me, the oversized picture of Tasty Cake. If I ever feel like fixing it, it'll be a 3rd time. And the teapot. And so that'd be a nice horizontal picture sitting on the table. And will I have buttons? Will I have stickers? I don't know. We'll see what happens. See what happens for next March. Because I'm going to go see Jody one day. I'm going to be dressed up in my combination costume with a little celery stick on the chest. Say, Jody. So I'm going to have fun. Base that we have not been hit by an asteroid or gone to World War III yet, because Civil War II has happened first. And the plague is going to happen because, there's a trial run, and it's already been like, how can you have a plague and have the vaccine so quickly? Because it was laboratory made. The next one is going to do some damage. So, I don't know. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera. Steve. Oof. Andrew Cartmel. Oh. Well, yeah, I would believe seeing Jenna was good. I would have to believe that. I love Jenna. She was in Orlando. I heard something move. Maybe it's the bugs behind the boxes. Jenna was at MegaCon, but he did not get any new pictures with Jenna because they had one picture with Mega. I already had a picture with Jenna, so they got pictures with the rest of the crew that did not have a picture with the TARDIS. Got a picture with Matt. There's a Matt Smith fan page on Facebook, and it took 4 of us to make the comment of, first Christian, then it was Dave, then it was Mark Muncie, then it was me, or it was me and Mark, then Mark Muncie, about Legends of Traveling TARDIS. I said, I love the Traveling TARDIS. Or I say, I love the sister show to Legends of Traveling TARDIS, Spill the Geek Tea. So, oh yeah, I read the lines, the script of, go flip it. Hello, I am the Reverend Amagon, aka Tasty Cake, and this is Spill the Geek Tea. Dun, 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 dun. I am host and creator of this sister show to Legends of Traveling TARDIS. With me as my co-host, Greg over the Timescales, the Candyman, and we'll throw it on StreamYard. Co-host has her say. Then I'll go with, you can find us on our respected channels, Tasty Cake, Legend Trying TARDIS, Timescales, Instagram. And I can't even read my writing. And most of the time over here. Yes. And most of the time over on Spill. Hello? This is Spill the Geek. I am the Reverend Amagon, aka Tasty Cake. I am the host and creator of this spin-off of Legend Trying TARDIS, and this is my co-host. So I can flip my part back and forth there. So nice little commercial. Co-hosts can say whatever they like to say, and just stagger it out every so often. Put on shorts on YouTube, and then let it go. So I wrote down at work today. I always do that best at work. So I don't know if it works out that way. My eyes are being. Can I do it like this? I can see clearly. Let's see here. You mean when I make? Oh, Jenna has a. TARDIS. She did not look. She looked down at the TARDIS. She didn't look at the camera. Everyone else did. And when joking with John Cleese, he didn't know what to do. He's like, just do, be John Cleese. And same thing with Peter Capaldi. He's like, just, he just went, Peter doing Peter. So I have been told Jenna had a bad. Oh, wow. Wow. Wow, Pedro. Wow. I thought Andrew would have been a bigger name. Like, wow, she. That's a damn shame. And I loved her. I love Jodie more. I feel like I'm wearing my Sonic sunglasses, but I'm not. These pinhole glasses, I can honestly say I can see clearly. I was getting eye strain wearing my glasses because my glasses are trifocals and I have an astigmatism. And so when I wear my little circular ones, imagine making trifocals out of these little circle lenses. I don't need them right now. I usually wait years before I get glasses again. But I'm using the same frames. And I would say, do not make them trifocals. Make them bifocals. Nearsighted, farsighted. Do not need reading glasses. Because I would just do this for reading glasses. If I get smudges on them, I get smudges on them. Just, or like this. I'll read like this over the glasses. I don't need to look downward. I need to look over the glasses. Just make it simple. Like I said, kiss it. Keep it simple, stupid. Make farsighted normal. Make bifocals. I'm nearsighted. How did it before? When I was nearsighted, you had to wear glasses so it's a single lens. And then I had to make it trifocal so I can see far, near, and reading. So just, if I'm nearsighted, just make it like one lens. Just keep it simple. If I need to read a book, I will take off the glasses, read that way. But these help rest your eyes because the pinholes, it only let so much light in. So I can see much clearer. It's absolutely amazing stuff. I can read everything on here. From here, kinda. It's a little bit blurry, but here, perfectly fine. I just can't believe Jenna did that. Women, I swear to God. Women always cause problems. More so than men. People always cause problems. There, I clarified. Just saying my own experience. Okay. Wow. Her uncle was her handler? Okay. Oy, oy, oy. Yeah. Mark always has the words of wisdom. He's my right-hand man. Always saying the right things. Always knows the right things to say. I should make more videos. Just Mark, just put on the YouTube page. Candyman's. What's called Candyman's Corner anyway. Words of wisdom. Think of some kind of title and just say, "What do you have to say today, Candyman?" Just put it on there as everyone watches on shorts on the playlist. Always, it's always the journey, it's the journey, not the destination. You go on your journey, you see all these things. Like when I get to Florida, I'm passing all these stores. I want to stop there. I want to stop there. And I don't, because I just want to make sure I get there in time. I was like, I'm perfectly no problem getting there. I'm going to get there before dark anyway. It only takes around 6 hours, and going through the tolls and away, not going through the town, which they make the lights longer and now all photo enforced. So take a picture of your plate and send you a ticket in the mail. Pay for the tolls, enjoy it. Just zoom through. But when I get back, I'm making sure I get back as soon as I can. If I'm driving in the dark, sad thing is when my car did not have windshield wiper fluid and the windshield wipers smudged. So when the fog and the drizzle came through, smears. So I'm trying to get through all this crap, all these ignorant people driving through. But that was the same thing last year when I came back home. It was downpour rain. People had their flashers on. That's illegal, but they're stupid and they did it anyway. They got away with it. And you can't see anything because these windshield wipers are crap. You're supposed to spray your windows with I can't remember now. Dishwashing soap. Wash your windows with dishwashing soap, and it should keep your windows clean. I didn't think about it. I never do. I ripped one out real big here, and it's let that thing breathe. So I think you're supposed to wash your windows with dishwashing liquid, and it'll, no matter what comes on there, keep your windows clean. So I will remember that every so often. Also, if you take an avocado pit, you chop it up, you mix it, you put in a little spray bottle with rubbing alcohol, and you spray it on your joints. It should help your joints. So it doesn't hurt. You use rubbing alcohol for anything anyway. Might as well use a little bit of nature of an avocado pit. So say what? Almost killed Val Kilmer. Well, whoa. When the people get so famous, they just, when I met, I had an autograph from Adam West. His handler talked to me, his agent. I was like, and then the handshake was like, oh, that handshake from Batman. Yes. So it's what you experience, things for years I just so scared to talk to people or stuff like that. And yet I would go on stage and, perform. I mean, I can see the people, but they were on the darkness. They're in the dark, I can handle it. But I put on the lights, like, oh. Now I'm just the opposite. It's like, I see them like, I need some package help. Got a buggy full of food stamps. $300, and they have like another $700 left in food stamps. Drive a nice car. I'm struggling to keep my job because I get angry too fast. That's the sad part. But like I was very friendly with voice actor George Lowe. He did the voices Space Ghost and Space Ghost Coast to Coast and everything he did for Atlanta. And then I know where he moved to. He moved to Lakeland, Florida. I called him Uncle George. Then that's when he went back calling himself Unky. I said Unky. I called him Unky George. And he started calling himself Unky Ghost. But then he just kind of he disappeared. I don't know where in Lakeland he is. Know what I find him. And maybe if I ever went back to Dragon Con, I would probably see him, but he just went off like an actor, Julian Bain, L.A., Los Angeles. He was going to do the voiceover audio for my one story, Sleepy Hollow story, and I was going to specifically write certain chapters from my novel that he would have read. But the way I am, he unfriended me, I friended him back, and then he just disappeared. I lost Julian because of my reluctance to actually do something, all in my head. George is just kind of like, well, I know his dog was doing well, so like, was it he? Was his dog? Don't know. Nothing I could have done about George, but Julian, I regret every single time. It was like it was a big thing for him. He was going to do something, do some new recording because I had an idea, and I failed him. So I will never forget, and I will always regret. Yeah. That's all we can do. Like I said, with Tasty Cake, it's I really don't have control of that character. That's the super ego. It's that character that gets me in trouble. That's why I just haven't done any. Well, anytime I do a video, the show is called Tasty Cake, and I act that way. I'm in public, trying to make people laugh, but it goes a little too far. So I'm just trying to dial it back. So when I say it's your boy Tasty Cake, it's not. It's either Reverend Amagon or Tom, the id or the ego. Super ego needs to calm down. Super ego needs a handler. Super ego needs to face reality and get rid of the stuff, put money away, and if any civil war comes about anytime soon, make sure you have the money and put it away. But then again, there was videos about if the apocalypse happens here and there, like money's not gonna be worth anything. It's like, what do you have on you? Like, I don't wear, my gold chain. Like, well, what do I do about that? My mom would wear Buddhas for protection. Like, well, someone takes it, you can't do anything about it. We're trying to escape things. I don't know. It's the way the way we are at times. It just happens. We do our best, but I don't know. Tag yourself. That's the thing. So, am I going to talk about much on the part 2? No. Maybe when mention this, mention about how I go about id, ego, and superego, how I understand it, how it just took this long to face the facts for me. If I just kept it at ego, where I'm balancing both, the yin yang situation, that'd been fine. But no, I go with one extreme or the other. Either I'm just flamboyantly crazy, out of control, or hiding into just that whole. Which happens here. You see, you have to do it all the time. Like all these papers on my desk. Like, why do I need all these papers on my desk? I have to, with the receipts that popped up 1111. I circled 1111. I got the angel numbers 1111. So I manifest winning the Powerball jackpot tonight through the Georgia lottery. I have the winning ticket sitting in the other room under the shrines. Those are the winning numbers. I shall manifest. I shall win. By the time my birthday comes along, I will have created the trust, then the beneficiaries, then the living trusts. Everything's in there. So no one can touch the money. So the banks, there's a form, they say, there's a special form the bank fills out and gets, refunds from your money. But you can do the same form and get it from the bank. So counterbalance it. They cannot get a refund from your money that's in their bank. And now they're saying that regulations in here have been eliminated. Can I do a tax write-off for doing the show on YouTube? That's from Corey. He does that all the time. I want to do fake ads. I thought about this because someone said, "Oh, no rush." I was like, well, there was a gum like that. No rush gum. Oh, yeah, take your time. I'm in no rush. Pop a stick of no rush gum and just ease back and relax. Oh, the house is on fire. Oh, I just took a piece of gum. There's no rush in putting it out. Something funny, awkward, weird stuff. I just forgot what I was talking about. I made that joke and I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, yeah, the bank thing. So, I don't know. I got a validation coupon for Krispy Kreme, right? You have to do the survey within 4 days. 5. It's been 10 days. I go to Krispy Kreme, and twice in a row, they did not have change. So, well, I don't have enough change to give you back. It was just coins. I had to worry about it. The first time I had coins, but then I changed it for bills. And I go back there, they still have no coins. The second time, the donuts were kind of stale. And the people that get working there is just absolutely. Okay, do my taxes again next year around the same time. So that means I have time to go to MegaCon afterwards. Okay, one more note, and I gotta move the blanket, which is there we go. This was for January 17th. I think that's already been sent to. This was already sent to James. No, this was sent to. This was sent to Pennsylvania. So it's one of the two Toy Crew peoples. One of the two Toy Crew people that Kenny could validate. Don't have to validate online, but I sent it out in January for $19.30. I will double check it, but if it was a birthday present, then he already got it. If it was the exchange thing, then obviously he already got it. So that's done with that. Another angel number 1111. So throw that away. 11, I manifest winning the Powerball jackpot through the Georgia Lottery on the 15th of February 2025. To tonight's drawing, the lottery ticket is on the table under Shrine. I shall win the estimated over $100 million and then let them take the taxes out. So I'll lose over half of that. But at least it'll be that that by the time my birthday comes along, I will leave quietly and no one will bother me. Oh yeah, stupid mailman that bring a propane tank inside the ding dang store. Let's see. Can't read signs, specific signs. Okay, just rants there. So that's enough for that. I got a bottle of water sitting on my desk for about a year now. It's been under a lamp, so I don't think I'm going to drink it. I drank part of it, but you see it's a plastic. It's bubbling. It's PBA free. And it's still, should I drink something that's been sitting under my lamp for a year? 1186 water. This was someone ordered that specifically. It didn't sell well. It's real artesian water. I can actually say it tasted good, but I'm not going to drink it. I'm just going to do a review on it and then empty out the bottle into the plants. Probably Monday. It's just, sitting under a incandescent light bulb for over a year. I don't think I should be drinking that water. Period. It was good. It was unique, but it wasn't, worth a while. It cost me $4.64 to have the poster made. Because it cost digital file opening cost $3 to open it. And then, because I sent them the email. So $3 to open up the email. And then 21 cents tax and $1.34 for the 11 by 17 color 80 card and tax on that. So no big deal, $105. So I'm good with that. I spent $26 at Walmart. I don't remember for what. That was Motu. Oh, this was I bought the Krang for Mr. Home Arcade. And then it turns out that Leatherhead was half off online. Oh. Okay, one more thing. I got this on for half off. Yeah, I love these Transformers. I never open up the other ones either. I just wanted to add it to the collection. And while I'm at it, one more thing. Let's see. Deals of the week. We got spend $10 excluding pre-tax, excluding alcohol and tobacco. Get a box of Success Minute Rice for free. And get a Tombstone Pizza, knock off $1.16 with digital coupon. Let's see. Campbell's Soup, 3 for $5. They don't call it Aunt Jemima anymore. It just goes with Pearl Milling Company. A lot of digital coupons this time. Land O'Lakes. They took out the Indians, but the farmers kept the land. They took out the Indian and the farmer kept the land. Well, there it is. Coca-Cola. 6-pack. 3 for $12. Kroger has them for $6. Kroger has a 6-pack for $6. Our price is now the third week in a row, $4. It was, buy three for $10. $3.34. You buy and Sprite, Coke, whatever. $3.34. 3 Cokes, $3.34, $3.33, $3.33. The cheapest we had before was $2.50. $2.50 for 6 bottles. $3 was okay too. $4. The price of soda's gone up. Price of eggs have gone up. It's disgusting. Nothing you can do about it. Thank you. I am so blistered. Pound cake. Oh. That's about it. Oh, you guys in the UK past your bedtime. Big time. Half liter. Half liter. So I don't have appropriate. This is 16.9 fluid ounces, 1.6 PT, 500 milliliters. We can get 6 1.75 fluid ounces for let's say 16.9, 18 fluid ounces. I can't remember the models. I don't have anything with me to compare. Or do I? Somewhere. I think it's like it goes between like 16.9 to 18 to 20 fluid ounces. I'm going to say when someone goes and grabs a bottle from the cooler, I'm going to say 20 ounces. And they're paying $2.19 now. Yeah, I'm going to say 20 ounces. $2.19. And then we go to, there's a half a liter. 6-pack, half liters. I could have sworn it was like, they say half liter just to put it on here. Could be 16.9. Because in a multi-pack, these are 16.9s. Cans themselves, a 24-pack of cans, $8. we have Coca-Cola has re-released Orange Vanilla Coke under the new title Orange Cream. It still says Orange Vanilla flavor, but they went with Orange Cream because of a lawsuit, because people are stupid, horrible, garbage. They always want something that they don't deserve. Pepsi has created Wild Cherry Pepsi Cream, or Pepsi Wild Cherry Cream. I saw the commercial, and they both have the zero ones, which I will not drink zero sugar drinks because, the regular drinks, high fructose corn syrup. The other ones have a name I cannot pronounce. I can barely pronounce Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I can say supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I cannot say Raxicola. I have a better way of pronouncing that chemical name on the zero sugar drinks than Raxifalicola. Or you just get the Mexican Coke, which has cane sugar. And a bit of the pound cake run straight between the keyboard. Keys. And I don't have a keyboard tray cleaner. I got tweezers. Do I have air in a can? I do. Somewhere over there. So as I clean up this area, I get the air in a can and go. I need my glasses on again. The Coke Vanilla disappeared. Now it's gone to the Orange Cream, which is good. Now our dairy manager, he bought one. He said, you taste of the orange cream, you taste the vanilla, and then the aftertaste, you taste a bit of the orange. He loved the blackberry Dr. Pepper. The other one hated the blackberry Dr. Pepper. We sold out of the blackberry Dr. Pepper. It's only available in cans. So unless someone buys a can and offers me a can, that's only I'm going to drink it. Until they come back again. I paid $2 for Dr. Pepper Blackberry. And I will hold off on the orange cream Coca-Cola because I'll just drink some water while I'm eating all these snacks. Thank you. It helps me see. The eye strain. What? Coca-Cola lemonade with caramel? That Coca-Cola is lemonade with caramel. Caramel. It explains the bitterness. Pepsi is super sweet. They try to sell to Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola didn't want them, so they made their own thing. And yet they were yellow. Yet they went away with the yellow and went with blue. Red versus blue. Which were the Daleks to be in Remembrance of the Daleks, which was to have red Daleks and blue Daleks. I posted from my memories on Facebook, there was in the novelization of Remembrance of the Daleks, there was a red Dalek with black, highlights, hemispheres and everything else. He was in there. But not the black and gold. Supposedly the black and gold Dalek is in the story, but no one said that. Someone did a picture of it. But the red with black is in the story. So anything that Dapol made before is true, ironically. Coke is lemonade. Yes, thank you, Kenny, because she's got to go to see Oz. Got to go see the Wonderful Wizard of Oz. I didn't know it was going this long anyway. I'm going to end up in a couple minutes. So tell Oz I said hi. Yes. Okay, I'm going to... Oh! Yeah, go be the dad you are. And tell your munchkin I said hello. Yeah, see, you get the whole... Yeah. Going to be dad. My brain so couldn't fit that in. Except with the boys, the cats. The cats meant more to me than the relationship. Because their time is limited. Comet is 12, and it's going to kill me. It's going to destroy me when the time comes. But, we go on. Yeah. A 3-hour show. 4 likes. 6 views. Updated at one point. Got to get back in 1 hour to do what I need to do. So, thank you, gentlemen, for being on the show. Everyone that's been on chat is part of Spill the Geek Tea. Check out Pedro on X. Check out Cyborg T100 on Instagram and Facebook. Check out Kenzo's Creations on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. Check out the Timescales on X and YouTube. Check us all out on Spill the Geek Tea, where we'll be recording an episode tomorrow, part 2, because we're going to have a very interesting crew. Yeah, with him being my first son and seeing how weak he is in January, it's going to hurt. But that's what we do. We go on. We move on. That's all we can do. Because our time is short as well. We don't know how much we have left. So we make the most of it and make videos. Got milk. Oh yes. Greg will send you the link, and it's the same studio link. So Greg will send you the link through email because he has your email. I don't have your email, but wait a minute, I can send it to you on Instagram. You said you said you follow me on Instagram? Because I don't see under Tasty Cake or Spill the Geek Tea. Switch accounts. Let's see. Because anyone can jump in on Spill the Geek Tea. Notifications. On Instagram, it's under Tasty Cake or Spill the Geek Tea. I got both accounts running. Cobweb Collector got 1,500. You gotta be Cobweb Collector. But again, it's either Spill the Geek Tea or Tasty Cake on Instagram, or you find me on Facebook. Notifications. Oh, there you are. Confirm. Follow. Okay. There you are. And I'm going to send you the message on the link. So thank you, Pedro. I'm going to get back. I'm going to jump in the studio real fast and get you that link. And we'll be ready for 6. Well, if we can gather together around 5:30, we'll try to do it a little sooner. And then if any topic comes up, then I can plot and plan for another day. So we'll plan to do the show 6 p.m. Eastern, part 2, and we'll be all good to go there. Let me enter the studio real fast and everything said. So thank you, gentlemen, for being on. Thank you, other viewers. Y'all been great. I appreciate you all. I see myself in the picture. Let's see. Invite, copy. Just want to say I have it taken care of right now. Boom. Okay, link has been sent to you. I'm going to send a link to the Toy Crew, see if they want to be part of it at all. And it'll all be good to go. Tomorrow episode is the week after. I just have no idea either. Should I post? We'll figure it out. I'll be figuring it out. Okay. Now that I'm getting a clear mind, everything's in work. So to everyone else, thank you for watching. I'll be back on Wednesday afternoon around 3 p.m. Eastern. And let's see. I'll be on. Yeah, I can jump into StreamYard in a second too. Well, I'm in StreamYard now, so we can switch studios right now. Okay, I'm in Timescale StreamYard Studio right now. So to everyone else, all this madness that we go through, have fun. Thank you for watching, and always remember, time waits and turns slowly. Which one am I on here? I'm on this one.